Apollo Nida is getting out of prison sooner than he thought. He's already been in there for 5 years. How time flies, right? It seems like he just went, at least to me. It was back in 2014 that Apollo, from, of course, you know, Atlanta Housewives, was sentenced to 8 years in prison for bank fraud and identity theft. But for whatever unknown reason, the judge has shaved a year off his sentence. So instead of getting out whatever summer, he'll get out next summer. So this summer he's still in jail, but the next summer he'll be free. I gotta tell you something. You know, putting children aside, because pedophilia and anything having to do with kids is the worst crime ever. But the second to worst crime ever to me is bank fraud, credit card theft, forgery, because that's some slimy mess. Yes. I'm sure you all know people, and you might not even know that they're those people, because they're not the ones that wear the masks and look like, you know, downtrodden. It's really a high, as crimes go, they're usually highfalutin style crooks who do things to you, like they show up at the cocktail party where you're at, and they'll have that magnet. They'll rub up against you and you won't even feel it. Zzz, all your credit card information. Ladies, the machines are strong enough now, they go through our handbags. Zzz. They're the ones, they see your checkbook laying around and take that check in the middle, you don't even miss it. Our experts are doing your signature, you won't even know the money is gone until it's gone. These are the ones that put gas bills in your name and you don't even know. They're the ones that when you get out of the car to run into the store for a pack of gum, they're all in your glove compartment, taking down your insurance information, putting insurance in their name or in your name on their cars. And the thing is that we're so busy these days, a lot of us, it takes a moment before we even discover it. And by the time we discover it, because one thing about fraud thieves, they change residence a lot and they move around a lot. And usually they have a few people who will hold them down, like have them live in, a bedroom in the house or whatever. So anyway, Apollo, his sons, well, President and Vice President are now 8 and 5 years old. And he's been in jail for 5 years. So the Vice President doesn't even know his dad. And the President could barely speak at that time. Now he speaks full sentences. He's got a very good vocabulary. They're some cute kids, I'll tell you. They are. Apollo, you really messed up. Anyway, so Phaedra is now dating a Chicago DJ. I don't know that I've ever met Tone Capone, but that's Tone Capone. That's a real popular DJ name that guys give them, a Tone Capone. I wonder if he shouts her out like when he does the top 8 at 8 countdown. My girl Phaedra's coming in tonight. We'll be over at the so-and-so. See you there. That's a come up for him. So that's what's going on with her love life. And Apollo's got a love life. Remember, we talked about it here on Hot Topics. He's been engaged for quite some time to this woman right here. And she met him through those Dear John letters to prisoners. Some women don't think that there's anything out here, so they'd rather write letters and wait. Well, there is word, though, that Phaedra might be returning to the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Remember. And I never really got it straight whether she left Atlanta Housewives or she was fired. Either way, I've been saying all along, I think they need Phaedra back. Yeah, right? Like, even without Apollo, they need Phaedra back and see Phaedra date. Now she's with Tone Capone. That'll be good for his ratings on the radio, And then she'll break up with him or break up with her, and then she'll go on and date other people, and she gives us the And she's got an enviable twerk game and the whole bit. See who's going to use her for a lawyer, now that she's done Housewives. See who's gonna let them bury their loved ones at the funeral home. She's into that. Well, I have to say, 5 years, it really did fly by. This is what I talked about in terms of Apollo when it was announced that he was going to prison. Take a look. Maybe reality TV will be over by the time he gets out. You know, we can only hope. No, but you know what? When he gets out, maybe they could do a show, Apollo Goes Straight. You know, gets a job, Apollo gets a job. No, nobody, Apollo, nobody cares. But you know what? I'm a woman and I'm allowed to change my mind. That's right. You know what? I do care. I do care. I want to see Apollo on reality TV, but this is the only way I'll accept him. Phaedra's got to be hired back for Housewives of Atlanta. Then we got to see Phaedra dating all around the place and navigating dating Apollo and them co-parenting the kids. Now, yeah. All while twerking and partying and drinking and fighting with the others. You know what I mean? That plot line could really be the star of the Atlanta Jewel. What I don't want to see is too much of the kids. Like, I like the kids and everything like that, but you know, when the kids come in the room on our reality TV shows, they tone down the ratchet and we need it to be brought back up. But, but it'd be interesting, like, to see whether the vice president says, "Get off me, you ain't my daddy." You know? And the president says, "Who is you?" Good news. Listen, and you might not agree with me, there are only two of us in Hot Topics who are obsessed with Sex and the City. That's me and my bureau chief, Jen. That's it, that's it. Everybody else doesn't care. They don't care. Clap if you care. Okay. I know my crowd. Hey, Rambo. Oh, Rambo's not here. Who are you? Hi. You've got Rambo's camera. Well, can you flip it around here? They didn't introduce me to you. Oh, it's Steve. Steve, I didn't recognize you from that angle. Just a little shoe cam. I like them. Ooh, right? Ooh. Nice and comfortable. They cover the toe cleavage. If you don't have good toes, I don't have good feet. Anyway, look, so speaking of shoes, Sex and the City might be coming back to TV, and I am pitching for this. Paramount. The smart people at Paramount are developing, they say, a new show called Is There Still Sex in the City? It's going to be based on the creator of Sex and the City, Candace Bushnell's new book coming out in August. All right, follow me, so we have summer reading, comes out in August. Shout out to whoever's publishing the book. Can you please send me, I need that. I need that in my life. I'll read that before the Mariah book, and then I'll get to the Mariah book. Okay? But that was Candace Bushnell, and might I suggest something to you, Candace? She's the creator, you know, of Sex and the City, the show that we love so much. But she also is, she modeled Carrie after her in real life. And what I'm thinking, Candace, is, all right, so we're fine. Samantha is gone. She doesn't want to be on the show anymore. And we don't want a rename of Samantha, but we do need an oversexed character to meld with Carrie and Miranda and Charlotte. You can't do the show with only 3 people, even though I love all 3 of them, but you need the oversexed one. So I would suggest that Candace plays Samantha, right? Who would play it better than the person that created it, right? So the show that they're doing, that's for the movie, by the way. Oh gosh, I'm doing too many suggestions. That's for the movie. Now the show, they say, won't be featuring Carrie, Miranda, Charlotte, or Samantha. Hold on, because I found this to be a pretty good idea. The show is gonna focus on the habits of Upper East Side, New York City's women in their 50s. Perfect. What they date, what they wear, who they do, how they're doing it. I like it. I'm watching. We won't know these women, but we'll get to know them, I'm sure, and love them like our 4 original girls. Then we need to work on this movie. Candace, you play Samantha and get that out there. Then the book, please get the book out to the fans sooner than August if you can. And also one more thing, if you really want to celebrate and just really blow it out, Sex and the City people, I have a suggestion. Have a Sex and the City cruise. Look, right? And you have it for men and women. And if you need a host, I am your #1 fan. I love it. Normally I think of cruises as being so cheesy, but I could do like 5 days, you know, with the Sex and the City theme, all kind of parties and stuff. Right? Good luck. So, Lil Wayne is mad. And now I'm mad too. Well, he's ready to sue over an old notebook. Well, yes, he can write. I heard that, co-host. A man who works for a car dealership, in other words, like a mechanic or something, found Lil Wayne's old notebook in a car that once belonged to Wayne's record company. In other words, Lil Wayne's notebook. The notebook was dated back from 1999. It was in Lil Wayne's garage at one of Lil Wayne's houses during the Hurricane Katrina. You know he's from Katrina territory. During Hurricane Katrina, when everyone was fleeing, nobody's going in their garage and grabbing notebooks. The notebook was flooded, and there were a lot of the writings that were runny, but you could still see what they said. The notebook is legible and still put together. And now, there is a company that wants to sell, a company that sells historic artifacts that wants to sell this book for $250,000. Well, Lil Wayne found out about this notebook, and now he wants it back, and he's threatening legal action. Well, in it wasn't a diary, it was lyrics, you know, Lil Wayne lyrics, but you know what? I side with Lil Wayne, and I was the only one in our morning meeting. Yeah. I'll tell you why. I feel like, you know, it's not like he left it on the side of the road or threw it in a garbage can. He left in stress, you know, while his part of the country was going through a terrible thing, and it's only right that he gets this notebook back. And Wayne, if they give it back to you, the right thing to do is to give whoever gives it back to you a little tip. A little tip. A little tip. Have you ever lost, well, you don't write lyrics for songs, but have you ever lost a diary? Clap if you have. Clap if you have. Well, honey, I don't know how you address your diary. You know, now that I'm grown, I think diaries are dangerous and corny. You know, I like to live life hard and then forget about it. I don't want to look back and remember and call myself stupid. When I was a DJ in Washington, D.C., and I got my first job, thanks, D.C., at WOL. And I got my first job in New York at Hot 103.5. This is back, we do go way back, don't we? And I got my first radio job in New York. I lost the diary, and here's how it went down. First of all, the diary dated back from my entire senior year of college. I said I want to remember my entire senior year, all the stupid stuff that I do. And then, you know, my first paying radio job was in St. Croix, U.S. Virgin Islands, and I went there and I journaled very specific. And then I got my job in D.C. and I journaled very specific. And when I say specific, I mean you would know that it's Wendy Joan Williams' diary, because I would address, I would write very, like, she called me Wendy Joan Williams, and then I put in parentheses, I hate when she calls me that, you know, this B. And we got into it. Or he and I went out, and then describe everything, you know? or I hate my job, and here's who I hate and here's why. So the movers came to move me from DC to New York. And when they did that, I had all, the furniture and all the other kind of stuff over there, but I had a very specific piece of luggage with me. I had some really nice designer handbags and a big piece of Fendi luggage. This is before roller luggage. It was a square. And, and I had all my designer bags in there. I didn't have a whole lot, but what I had counted. And I also had my diary in there. The diary was like this thick and full of juice. I don't, and I'm very meticulous, so I'm there bossing around the movers, telling them what to do and where to go. I guess either I went to the bathroom, or I was so busy, caught up in my feelings, bossing somebody, that my piece of luggage disappeared, and I didn't realize it until I finished paying the movers in New York. They left my apartment, and it might have been a few days later, because I got right on the beat of radio. I think I worked a shift like that night. I hustle, I didn't realize it until maybe a week later that, oh my gosh, my luggage is gone, but forget the designer bags. If this New York thing works out, I'll be able to buy plenty of them. But the diary. What if I become famous? The diary. And now, you stupid movers. Stupid, stupid boys. Because boy, oh boy, would you have some juice to tell. Right from the horse's mouth. Stupid movers, they took the handbags, they probably threw the notebook away saying, oh, what is she, a scientist or something? Not knowing. Anyway, did you watch Real Housewives of New York last night? Yes. Clap if you did. Okay. Still not as many people as I would like. Well, I ride for them. It's my favorite franchise. Anyway, and then Jersey, and then Atlanta. All right, we're not gonna go through all that. All right. I saw a scene that smacked me as racially uncomfortable. I won't say insensitive, and I'm not gonna say that they meant anything by it. But when I saw it, immediately, I was like, what? What? All right, you take a look and then we'll dissect.
Hi. You look beautiful. I thought it was gangster.
It was, but I had a thing before and I tried to market it as this because No, I was gonna wear this sequin Gucci jacket, but I thought I already had this up. But I feel like a little bit of a gangster.
Yeah, this is good.
I'm hosting a sit down.
I did my hair pink for you.
I'm hosting a sit down.
Is everyone else coming up gangster?
I don't think you look gangster. I think you look like just good, cool.
Thanks.
Pink hair.
Well, she said it was a gangster look.
She looks a little more gangster.
Oh, you dress gangster. I got it. So is the pink hair for the gangster look,
Yes.
or is that?
I just did.
Wow, you went all out.
Only clap if you thought that there was something a little insensitive there. Okay. Because even Jen, my Roni's sister in the name of Hot Topics, even she said that she didn't think anything of it. She thought it was funny. She thought she looked cool. And I know Dorinda doesn't have a racist bone in her body, neither does Bethany, and neither does Luann. But Bethany called the girls together to have like a little intervention conversation between Dorinda and Luann because they've been fighting a lot and Bethany wants everyone to get along. So that's why she called it but she meant gangster, like Italian, I think. But she took it, to me, gangster, like a black thing. You're forgiven, Dorinda. I know you meant nothing by it, but look, you all, you really do need to open your eyes and be a little smarter over there. Real Housewives airs Wednesday nights on Bravo. We talk about a lot here on Hot Topics, and how often have we talked about the Pope? All right, we don't want lightning to strike the studio, but the Pope is finally worthy of Hot Topics. For years, it's been a tradition that when you meet the Pope, you kiss his ring, right? Well, this new Pope wants to be seen as the cooler Pope, a little looser on the morals, getting with the times. So earlier this week, the Pope wasn't having the ring kissing, and just look at the snatch back of the hands. Look, the Pope is throwing shade. The video went viral, and a close aid. This is the thing, before you meet the Pope, the word is that they give you like a list of 25 things that you should do and how you should act when you meet the Pope. And to me, they're missing one thing. They're missing that one person, you know, when you're next in line, there should be somebody standing there saying, today the Pope does not want his ring kissed. Now this Pope has a little bit of an attitude because he says, most of the time I don't want you to kiss my ring. Sometimes you can kiss my ring. It depends on the side of the bed that I wake up. That's that. So if you meet the Pope, just check his temperature before you kiss his ring. That's all I'm saying. We got more great show for you today, everybody. Up next, friend to the show, Empire star, Tasha Smith is here. So grab a snack and come on back.